Good morning, students. Now, today onwards, we'll begin our new chapter that is rural administration. Okay. Now, in this chapter, you will learn about rural administration. Before beginning the chapter, let me explain you a few basic things related to the chapter. Now, students, we all know that there are in the country, or you may say in our country, there are many states. Okay. And all these states consist of many districts which are divided into tehsils or talukas. Okay. Now, every tehsil is a collection of small towns and villages. Okay. And government is responsible for maintaining records for these lands. Okay. And this maintaining records, or the tehsil, he gives the work of collecting the records or maintaining the land and all to the patwaris. Okay. Now, related to all these things, I'll tell you the short story of the chapter in which there is a quarrel between the two farmers, that is Rameshwar and Nandalal. Okay. Now, here, if you see the picture, there are few people sitting in the farmland, and in the farmland, if you see the few animals grazing and all. Now, what was the quarrel between, or what was the fight between the two farmers, that is Rameshwar and Nandalal? Okay. Now, when Rameshwar he was returning from his field, he was quite angry. And why so? Because he claimed that Nandlal has shifted his land. Means he has taken a short piece of the land and shifted the land with the help of Band. Okay. And even Nandalal, this Rameshwar, he called his brothers, and he rushed to Nandlal's house, and he started talking and claiming that why did you do so? But on the other hand, Nandalal, okay, he refused to accept his mistake, okay, and with that, he even hit it with the lathi to Rameshwar, okay. Once again, I am telling you, students, there were two farmers, okay, that is Nandalal and Rameshwar. Rameshwar claimed that Nandlal has taken a short piece of my land. Okay. And when Rameshwar went with his brother to his house, Nandlal he completely refused, and even there was an shot, you may say he hit it also. Means he hit it to Rameshwar also with the lathi. Now, though Rameshwar was a true person, the person means village persons, they suggested Rameshwar that you should immediately go to the dispensary for the first aid. Okay. Now, after the first aid and all, he went to the police station. Okay. Why to the police station? To file the report or complaint, you may say. Okay. Then he went to the police station and narrated the incident to the SHO. What is the full form of SHO? Station House Officer. Okay. And SHO is in charge of the police station. Okay. And Rameshwar showed the injury to SHO, but SHO, anyhow, he was not convinced by Rameshwar, and he was not ready to file the report. Okay. Now, Nandlal, why he was not ready to file the report of Rameshwar? Because Nandlal was related to the Sarpanch and was a rich landowner. But on the other hand, Rameshwar was little bit, you may say, poor, and he was not having good approach. Okay. And when SHO refused to file the complaint, even Rameshwar was very angry, and he began arguing with the SHO. And when other eyewitnesses with the Rameshwar, that is village people, his neighbors, even they said that whatever he is telling, it is true, and if you want, you can inquire. Okay. Now, when other eyewitnesses, they said to file the complaint, anyhow, SHO, he filed the complaint against the Nandlal. Okay. Now, here, students, first of all, what is the work of police here? Okay. Now, see, the primary duty of police is to maintain law and order. Okay. Now, the superintendent of police head the police administration in a district, and there are also subdivisions further divided into police circle, and each circle has about 10 police stations called thana. Okay. Now, here, when after all this matters, okay, what did the police do? He asked the patwari to measure the land. Okay. Now, first of all, as I told you, that complete your village means the work of maintaining records is given to the patwari. Now, this matter, police, they gave in patwari's hand and asked to measure the land of both the farmers. Okay, that is the Rameshwar and Nandlal. Now, students, patwari is also called, means you may see it's the Lekpal, somewhere village officer, and somewhere Kanganu. Okay, this Kangau here, these are different names, or means you may also say that he is assisted in the work by several officers like Tehsildars, Patwaris, etc. Now, here, how the India is divided. In the beginning only I said you, with the help of the chart, you may see that India is divided into states. Each state is divided into many districts. Okay. And for managing the matters related to the land, these districts are further subdivided into tehsils and talukas. Okay. Now, who manages the work, students, over here? The district collector, that is revenue officers. Okay. Revenue officers collects the revenue, that is tehsils or talukas. Okay. And they have many responsibilities of maintaining records, collecting revenues, lands, etc. Okay. Now, how the record of these two farmers was maintained. Okay. Now, see, they are having the Khasra record. Okay. In this story above, the dispute between Nandlal and Rameshwar. Okay. It was settled with the help of Khasra record of the Patwari. As I told you that Patwari maintains the record, and this record was settled by the Khasra record. I mean, by the Patwari, and he was having the complete Khasra record. Now, exact measurement of the land owned by a person is done with the help of Patwari's map. You can see this map over here, and this complete table is divided into the areas collected, crops grown, everything, means whole detail is given over here. Okay. Now, agricultural fields are also measured in different ways. Okay, students, in some places a long chain is used, and in some others a bamboo stick is used. Now, see, students, in this story, above story, the Patwari measured the disputed plots of Rameshwar and Nandlal and compared with them the corresponding measurements on the map. And it was found that Nandlal had indeed enlarged upon 40 square feet of Rameshwar's land. Okay. And Patwari, he also organizes the collection of land revenue from the farmers, as I told you. Now, here, if you see, the land disputes are heard in the Tehsildar's office. Okay. And the tehsildars and naib tehsildars supervise the work and the records. And with the help of Khasra record, the complete matter and the quarrel between Rameshwar and Nandlal was settled. Okay. Now here, what are the basic things you have learned? Okay. We will look at the two important aspects of the rural administration, that is maintaining law and order, and the next is maintaining land record. Okay. Now, students, both are essential for managing rural administration. That is, the importance of these two tasks has been discussed through a short story in the chapter. Okay. Now, role of tehsildars. See, in the return, very clearly it is given what is the work of tehsildar. First, they have to hear the disputes related to land. They also have to supervise the work of the patwaris. They ensure that all records are maintained properly and land revenue is collected. Okay. And they also make sure that farmers can obtain a copy of their records. Students can obtain a copy of their caste certificates, etc. Okay, students. Now, this is all about the role of tehsildars. Now, let us begin our next topic of the chapter, that is law of inheritance for women, that is your Hindu Succession Amendment Act 2005. Okay, now students, you have heard or read the stories about widows and their miserable plight. Okay, now this miserable, in this you will see that they were abandoned by their families. And also there were newspaper reports recently of an old woman being thrown out of the house by her son and daughter-in-law. Okay, now this amendment act, it was passed in the year 2005. And regularly seeing all these things, or you may say that this exploitation of women. Okay, it is their economic dependence on their husbands. Okay, why this act was passed? For the safety of the women. Okay, now according to this law, the law applies to the Hindu community only. Okay, because other communities are governed by the laws related to their own religions concerning marriage and inheritance. Okay, but students, in Hindu community, there were many matters related to the money. Okay, and even the women were not treated properly. They were beaten. They were, means you may say that women, they were considered as a heap of garbage. Okay, so to secure the women's, this act was passed, that is law of succession for women. Okay, students, now here see the succession rights of daughter. What are the succession rights of daughter according to the Amendment Act? Just read it. First of all, Hindu Succession Amendment Act 2005. Earlier, in some states, women did not get a share in the family's agricultural land. Now, the property was equally divided among the sons. But now, this Hindu Succession Amendment Act has completely changed, and the changed act, as far as changing Amendment Act, now son, daughters, and their mother can get a equal share in the land. Okay, this is the new law implemented by the Amendment Act. Got it? Now, the law applies to the Hindu community only, as I told you, and the law is applicable to Hindus of all the states and union territories of the country. Is that clear, students? And why this act was implemented? Usually, After father's death or during his lifetime, his property was divided equally among his sons, and there was no value for the mother and the women and even the daughters. So this act is implemented for the safety, security of the women, you may say, at the any stage, maybe the daughter, maybe the daughter-in-law, anything. But it is for securing the rights of the women. Is that clear? I hope you have understood the chapter. This is all about the chapter. If any doubts, you can contact me. And please complete all your previous chapters and send it to me. And very soon I'll update the answers for this chapter. Is that clear, students? Thank you.